What's going on, guys? Aggronix, welcome back to the ACL Season 3. Today we jump into our Week 4 game against Alex and the New Jersey Dwebbles. Now, we are currently technically 4-0. We played our Week 8 game against Hash very, very early. That game went up a few days ago. Very, very fun game. It was a very, very confident 4-0 victory first, and I was really happy about that game. Now we move on to Alex, who is an even more important game because Alex is actually in our division. Alex is currently 1-2. I don't know what his differential. Actually, I have it here. But I don't know if I want to show you his team yet. Basically, he's 1-2. I'll tell you his differential in a second when his team pops up. He's in our division. We're both in the Savior Gumi. We are currently 4-0. He's currently 1-2 because we played our game super early. He hasn't. He's 1-2, but that doesn't mean he's doing necessarily bad. It's been 3 games. The big thing about his team is that he hasn't brought some of his key players to his games yet, and I think that's cost them in some scenarios. But he's kind of been sporadic online. I don't know how much he's prepping for this league, if he's like really thinking about his stats, or he's just kind of bringing what he feels is the best. Sometimes that is the best thing to do, but anyway, Alex is very, very important in this game for us to win. We need to win this game. We need to beat someone in our division, because if we give Alex a win, that gives him so much more momentum over us, and we want to keep our winning streak alive. So I'm going to throw up his team very, very quickly. We have, also, like the new layout, please tell me down below in the comment section, do you like this new layout, or I throw their team up on the side here, and then basically I can leave it there the whole video, which is nice. I don't have to keep skipping back and forth, which can get a little bit annoying. His entire team is Manaphy, Infernape, Jolteon, Kommo-o, Steelix, Behem, Ninetales, Alolan Form, NIDOKING, Decidueye, Noivern, Lycanroc, Dusk, and Absol. Mega Absol, that is. So, very, very good team. 1-2 -5. So, not a terrific start, but not terrible at the same time. He still has a win under his belt, and a win here completely, it puts him directly back into the race for playoffs. So, yeah, really good team. You'll notice, like I said, he hasn't brought his key players. Those key players being Manaphy and Absol, they haven't came once yet, which is very surprising to me. He hasn't brought them to either game. He's brought, unless that's like not updated, but even so, like he hasn't brought them to 2 of the 3 games. Wait, 2, that's 8. Yeah, he brought 12 months. Wait, no, I guess this isn't updated for his 3rd game. Anyway, doesn't matter. Don't worry. So, his team is very, very scary. His speed tiers are very, very good. He has very, very good speed tiers. Starting at his fastest mono, Jolteon, very, very slow decline. It goes from Jolteon to Noivern to Mega Absol, then to Lycanroc, Dusk, then to Infernape, then to Ninetales, then jumps down to... Ninetales, then to Infernape, then the Manaphy, and then after that it's, down to, NIDOKING, Decidueye. Gets a little bit slower then. His speed tiers are very, very fast. He's a very, very fast team. I was almost considering running like a Trick Room team, but my only setter is Victini, and I don't think that would work very well. But anyway, we have a very good team coming up for you in a second there. So if you guys are excited, make sure to hit the like button down below first, and subscribe if you aren't already to become a member of the Aggronix. That being said, let's just get into it. So firstly, Mega Scizor has a terrific matchup in this game. It's pretty much free to click Bullet Punch on a lot of things. His only resistance is like stuff like Jolteon and Steelix. Obviously Manaphy resists as well, but Manaphy can't really do much to Scizor because of our bulk. In fact, unless he runs Empower Fire. But if he's running Empower Fire, he's not running Rain Dance or Z Rain Dance or anything like that, so it's not really nearly as scary. So Scizor is really, really good in this matchup. If it gets a Swords Dance up and the game is late, I can just start bullet punching things. And like I said, the only mons on his team that resist bullet punch are stuff like Manaphy, Jolteon, Steelix. Steelix is obviously going to eat the hit, but stuff like Jolteon does not take the hit very well at all. A +2 bullet punch does about 50%, if not more. I don't remember the calc exactly. Manaphy does take a little bit less from it, but again, we can just kind of Swords Dance and Roost on Manaphy. And not just U-turn, like we take the hit, we take a Surf, U-turn, go into Coco, and then just deal with it that way. So Scizor was really, really good in this game, and it's one of my prime checks to both Ninetales and Decidueye. It's a really great switching to Decidueye because it actually set ups on Decidueye every single time. Decidueye can't really do anything. He can go for Spirit Shackle, but it doesn't really matter. He could run like Empower Fire because, Decidueye's special attack is pretty decent, and I'm going to scout for that by going into stuff like, Mon's coming up in a second, but for sure, Decidueye, if it doesn't have a fire type move, it is prime setup fodder for Mega Scizor. Then we have Blanca, the Tapu Koko, Electrium Z, Electric Surge, Wild Charge, Brave Bird, U-turn, and Nature's Madness. Max speed, the speed tie with that Jolteon. And Tapu Koko, other than speed, tying with that Jolteon, outspeeds my opponent's entire team, which is very, very nice. It can destroy the Manaphy, it destroys the Infernape, it destroys the Absol, Lycanroc, it OHKOs a lot of things on my opponent's team. And Tapu Koko and Scizor are one of the big reasons I think he will bring Steelix. I'm not 100% sure because Steelix is one of those mons where it kind of just sits in front of things and takes hits, but if he wants that and he thinks that's what he needs, then he'll bring it. Nature's Madness is nice because it cuts mons like NIDOKING and Steelix straight in half, no problem. One of the reasons I don't think he'll bring Steelix is because NIDOKING is a great switch-in, which is why I'm running Nature's Madness, so I can get the 50% off every single time. And if he goes into Decidueye, takes rocks maybe, Nature's Madness, he's at 44%, I actually might be able to Brave Bird him and kill him if Brave Bird, you know, if he's low enough. And he doesn't have like the right investment to live with Brave Bird and stuff like that, so really, really good. Tapu Koko is very, very good in this matchup. I just have to be careful about wild charging with the Jolteon sitting around. Volt Absorb is a thing. And the reason I'm not running any hit really to hit Jolteon is because honestly Brave Bird does a lot of damage anyway. It does like 30%, and really that's all I need. And my switches to Jolteon are pretty plentiful. So yeah, really, really good Tapu Koko in this matchup, and I'm hoping it puts in a lot of work. Then we have Vega the Victini making the return. We haven't brought Victini in a bit. Did we bring it against Tash? Actually, I don't. Did we bring it against Tash? I'm not sure if we did, but I haven't brought it since week 1. It's not because I don't like Victini or the matchups have been terrible. It's just one of those mons where, you know, it could have come week 2, it could have come week 3, but it just didn't. I felt there were mons with better matchups. Victini has a fantastic matchup in this game with the Choice Scarf. Any other set other than like a Trick Room set, I wasn't really confident on because Victini, Mega Absol just comes in, Lycanroc just comes in, you know, Jesus, Manaphy just comes in. There's a lot of checks of Victini on his team, but offensively, Victini's very, very good. You know, he has very, very few resists to Blue Flare that take the hit very, very well. And the mons that do resist it are offensive. You know, you have Lycanroc, Noivern, Infernape, and Manaphy. There's no defensive mon on his team that takes the hit very, very well at all. It OHKOs Ninetales. Psychic can OHKO the NIDOKING. Blue Flare destroys the Decidueye. Blue Flare destroys Steelix. Oh, I felt like it was really necessary to bring Victini. Thing is about Absol. So Absol never kills Victini with a Sucker Punch from full. Never kills me with a Pursuit if I switch out. Always kills me with a knockoff if I stay in. So if I'm in front of Absol, I'm just going to attack it. I'm just going to go for Blue Flare and just try to kill it because Blue Flare does 98% minimum. That's if he's not naive. If he wants to run Flamethrower or Ice Beam for Gliscor or Scizor or anything like that, he'll be naive, hopefully, so that Blue Flare is a guaranteed OHKO. We do 109 min and we just kill him. Because if he goes for Sucker Punch, we live the hit. If he goes Pursuit, expect me to switch out, then we just kill him. That's great. I'm really looking forward to Victini this week, and I think it'll be very, very good for the team. And hopefully it does some work. So I have to throw all these mons up here from the way we've set this up. And we do have our final debut for the team. We played 4 games. This is a 5th game. And we've already used every mon on the bench. So that's awesome. It's really, really good. Let me just pull this. That's perfect. So we have Rocky the Kangaskhan making their debut. Now, Kangaskhan, you know, when I drafted it, when I picked it up from FAs for Type Null, I was like, oh, it has Wish, and it has, you know, Sucker Punch and all that. I'm not bringing any of that. Today, we have a Assault Vest Scrappy set with Return, Drain Punch, Circle Throw, and Ice Punch. This thing is a very, very simple, what's the thing I'm thinking of? Goal, I guess. One very, very specific role. His role is to take hits from NIDOKING, because there's no mon on my team that takes 2 hits from NIDOKING except for the set, which eats a hit from NIDOKING, which is actually really great. It takes away 30% from an Earth Power from a Life Orb NIDOKING, which is amazing. Amazing. So this thing really eats the hits. Manaphy doesn't even crack 20% on this thing. It doesn't even do 20% with a Surf. It has to Tail Glow. If he Tail Glows, we live the Surf anyway, even if he, like, you know, Z water moves. We might even still live it then. And then we just go for Circle Throw and get him out of there. We take hits very, very well from Infernape. Sorry, not Infernape. Well, maybe if he's like Special Infernape, but I doubt that. Very well from Jolteon. Very well from Ninetales. Good for Decidueye because we are immune to Ghost, which means he can't really trap me. So I have to be aware that, you know, Leaf Blade is scary, but, you know, I can still switch in relatively well, you know. And it's just there to really take on his special threats, so you can take it from Noivern if need be. Realistically, this thing is my, you know, switch in to Noivern if he does bring it, which he might. And I like this thing because with the Scrappy and Circle Throw, it means that if anything starts setting up at all on his team, I could just go for Circle Throw, knock it out of there, and it'll lose all its stats. And Substitute is pretty unlikely on his team, I feel. The only mon I could see using Substitute is Decidueye, but I have Ice Punch for that very reason. So that's great. And Drain Punch is there for recovery as well. So really, really great set. I'm really looking forward to using Kangaskhan, and hopefully it does a lot of work for us. Then we have Chieftain the kommo-o, who's been doing fantastically this season. I thought I would like kommo-o. I didn't know I'd love kommo-o as much as I have. I think it's been fantastic, defensively and offensively. I've used it more defensively, which has surprised me, but you know, it's just very, very good. It's very, very good. Roselli Berry Overcoat with Drain Punch, Ice Punch, Taunt, and Stealth Rock. Physically defensive means we can take hits from stuff like the Lycanroc, the Infernape, Steelix, Decidueye. We can take all those, as well as taking on the Absol. If Absol goes for a +2 Play Rough, the Play Rough will never kill kommo-o, even after rocks, which is great. And Drain Punch does a minimum 100 and whatever. So we instantly kill him, which is awesome. Overcoat, just there so we don't take hail damage. I didn't really need... what's that thing called again? Bulletproof. I don't really need Bulletproof because, you know, he might have Sludge Bomb on Nidoking, but realistically he'll bring, you know, Sludge Wave. You know, it only makes sense. So I felt like Overcoat was just, you know, there to have it. And yeah, kommo-o's very, very good. Drain Punch, Ice Punch, really all I need to hit his entire team for decent damage. The only mon I don't really hit at all is the Ninetales. It doesn't resist Drain Punch, but... you know, he can set up pretty freely on kommo-o, you know, the Aurora Veil and stuff like that, and I have to be aware of that. But if I go for Taunt as he switches in, then it's pretty okay. Taunt is there for stuff like the Ninetale switching in, it's there for the Decidueye, it's there for the Steelix, it's there for the, I don't know, Komala maybe even. I don't even know if Komala gets anything really. It's just there for all that stuff. So, yeah, kommo-o's really, really good. And then we have Ganja, the Gliscor, Toxicor, Poison Heal with Earthquake, Knockoff, Taunt, and Defog. Special defensive take on stuff like the Nidoking, the Decidueye, the Jolteon, the Infernape, stuff like that. Especially defensive, only really because I didn't really need to be physically defensive. I didn't really feel Gliscor is going to be used as a physically defensive mon. But it's already bulky enough that I can take on stuff like the Steelix and the Infernape anyway. So Earthquake Knockoff is great. It hits most of his team. I think it hits all of his mons on his team for pretty good damage. The only one I really can't hit at all is like the Noivern. I can go for knockoff and then he can kind of roost up on me and stuff like that. But I'm really not too concerned about Noivern, honestly. Maybe I should be, but we'll see. We'll see. If he brings Noivern and he wrecks me with it, then I'll definitely regret saying that. But I think it should be okay. And yeah, Gliscor is very, very good against his team. I really enjoyed using Gliscor this season. I didn't think I would bring it to every game, but I have so far, and I think I'll do that for a majority of the season. It's been really, you know, nice mon to use. Very, very dependable and reliable in these games, and I really like it. So that's the team. I'm pretty confident with it. I think, you know, I really struggled with mons like Nidoking, but once I figured out that Kangaskhan had to come, once I figured out kommo-o defensive was really the only way to go with it, you know, the team kind of came together, really. Alex is a very, very good player. We've played on several occasions before. I've only, you know, I think I've beaten him a majority of the times. I'm sure he's beaten me before. But, you know, we rarely get to play. We rarely get to play, I should say. And, yeah, it's always a great game when I play Alex. So I'm going to connect with Alex. I'm going to jump online, and we're going to jump into the game. Should be really, really good. So I'll be right back. What's going on, guys? Aggronix. We're going back to the ACL Season 3. Today we jump into our Week 4 game against Alex and the New Jersey Dwebbles. You've already seen the team builder. I don't know why I'm saying this. We are back. I realized, by the way, that the reason that Alex has only played, you know, the Mons only showed up for 2 games is because I forgot he got a forfeit win over Swag last week because they didn't find the time to play. Hopefully, if Swag, if you're watching this, she reappears because she's been kind of she's been offline a lot, so people are kind of like, you know, is she still here, or, you know, it's kind of been one of those things. Well, I quickly need to change Scizor to pre-mega real quick. Then I will throw the challenge at Alex. Me and Alex always have really, really great games, so I'm really looking forward to this one. So let's see what happens. I'm make sure pre-mega, and then I'm going to challenge Alex. I'm expecting the Absol because Victini is such a huge threat. I think Manaphy will come, but I'm not sure. But otherwise, his team is really up in the air. He could really bring anything he wants. But I think Kangaskhan would be really, really good. If he doesn't bring Nidoking, I'm gonna be pissed off. But honestly, then it's we don't have to deal with it. But I think he will, surely. Yeah, he does bring Absol, no Manaphy. And he does bring the Steelix, so that's interesting. I thought he might bring the Steelix if he was really, really afraid of what's his face? Tapu Koko. So good luck, have fun, my dude. Alex is a great player, and he needs this win, and so do we, because Alex is in our division. So a win here is super important. I'm just going to throw the link over there. Hopefully we have a hacksless game, but if there is hacks, hopefully it is in my favor. So yeah, leads. I like kommo-o as a lead, because if he leads with Steelix, I'm good. The only problem with that is that if he leads Ninetales, which he might, that's really, really risky. I could lead with Victini. Victini is a lead. Leads with Infernape, I'll just psych him. If the problem is, though, if he leads with Steelix, and I do lead with Victini, I doubt I kill him with a blue flare, and I think he might just kill me. Oh wait, is Victini in my calc? Hopefully it is. Hey, there it is. I mean, I'm pretty sure I would kill him. I do 94 min, so it's a roll in my favor, 68%. We can defog with Gliscor. His whole team is weak to knockoff or earthquake, so I don't need knockoff, which is good. I don't have to predict or anything like that. I think Victini is a good lead. If he leads with Absol, like I said, Absol never kills Victini. Absol never kills Victini with a Sucker Punch. Knockoff always kills me, don't get me wrong, but I'm scared if I'll outspeed him and go for Blue Flare and kill him. Sucker Punch never kills me. Pursuit, if he chooses click Knockoff or Pursuit, he doesn't get any damage off of Victini. However, now that he brought Steelix, Victini is really, really important, so I don't know if I want to risk Victini that early. Getting rid of Absol is very important, though. Thing is with me, though, if I lead with kommo-o, I have no switch-ins, and he leads with Ninetales, I have no switch-in really to Ninetales. That's good, so I think I am going to lead with Victini. I do Oko the Steelix, although Steelix, you do have Sturdy, don't you? No, not Tank. Earthquake would do not too much, honestly. It would do, you know, what you'd expect, about 60%. I don't know if you can see that, actually. You can, unfortunately, but you can see it, like, right there. Wait, maybe if I get the zoom out a little bit more. Can you see it then? No, not really. Sorry, I'm just trying to make this visible for you guys. Sorry, Alex, if you're waiting on me. I am going to lead with Victini. He does lead with Jolteon, so that's what I was kind of thinking he might do. This is a weird situation because he has no real great fire resist. This Jolteon will take a lot from an attack, and I am going to zoom in a bit just so you guys I can scroll across and you guys can see that very clearly. There you go, yeah, you can see that. So Jolteon, if I do go for a Blue Flare will do a lot of damage. Jolteon would do a lot back at me with a Shadow Ball. Thing is with me, though, is that he has to kind of click Volt Switch. He can't click Hit and Power Ice right here because there's a Victini for him. So I think I want to U-turn and go into Gliscor on his Volt Switch, and then double into Scizor on his Ice, move, and then we get to U-turn again, and then we get a lot of initiative. I think that's nice. And if he switches out hard, or if he's Scarf and goes for Volt Switch, I mean, that's a possibility. But I think I just do want a Volt Switch, so I'm going to do U-turn, I mean. So yeah, I do go for a U-turn, do a little bit of damage. He knows that I'm Scarf now, but I don't really care that he knows. He might go for Shadow Ball, but if he does, I mean, I get my Tox Score off with Gliscor and I'm especially defensive, so he just goes for Shadow Ball. I do unfortunately he gets the Spadef drop, but that's fine, honestly, because I was always going to switch into Scizor, actually, so that's fine. I'm going to go straight into Scizor. That was always going to be my play. If he switches into Ninetales, that's great. If he switches into... I mean, Ninetales would really be his only play. I think he's just going to go for the Hidden Power Ice, though. He sees the Toxic Orb, he sees the Spadef drop, he knows Hidden Power Ice will just destroy him, unless he's choiced. If he's choiced, he'll go Ninetales. So I think Scizor is always the play right here. I think Scizor is always the play. and then I can just go for a U-turn if he stays in. If he goes at a Ninetales, I just get to click. I think I still click U-turn with Scizor if he goes Ninetales, because he probably just goes Steelix. So we'll see what happens here. Yeah, we're recording and stuff. It's all good. So nice lead. It was a nice lead. Spadef drop is unfortunate, but it doesn't really matter because I was going to switch out anyway. And we're doing okay. We're doing all right. This Jolteon is going to be a bit of an issue. But I do have Victini that outspeeds it, and Tapu Koko that speed ties with it. So I think we should be okay. I do go into Scizor, so he does stay in. He goes for Hidden Power Ice, and we do eat it. He gets a crit, but it doesn't really matter. Actually, I'm going to just calc quickly. He's not choice specs from that damage. I assume he's kind of like Expert Belt. Jolteon is not one of his Z-Mons. That crit, really doesn't matter. It would have done like 3% more. So I think I just want to go for a U-turn right here. U-turn breaks the Steelix's sturdy, and then we get to go back into Victini and do damage. And if he stays in and goes for Thunderbolts, we do so much damage to him. Can I just see, does Scizor actually... I doubt Scizor just kills this Jolteon. We might. U-turn is 59 to 70, so we never kill him, but we do a huge amount of damage. Expert Belt. I'm going to assume it's Expert Belt. He does like not even 30%. It's you can't see it. It's 29 to 34. Yeah, you can kind of see that. Yeah, I'm just going to go for U-turn. Surely Steelix comes in. He does stay in. He goes for Volt Switch. Well, actually, yeah, that makes more sense. He goes for Volt Switch. That's fine, though. Scizor taking damage doesn't really matter because we can roost up on Steelix and stuff like that if need be. If Steelix comes in, that's great, because when we get to go into Victini and click Blue Flare, and U-turn should do enough that even if the Steelix has leftovers, we should be able to kill him with Blue Flare. So it's a good start. It's a good start. I assume the Steelix. I mean, he could go NIDOKING. That would also be fine. I would also be okay with that. Only problem is if he goes NIDOKING is that I can't really go Victini and Psychic, because if he goes into Absol, he traps me and then my Victini's dead. He does go Steelix, so that's fine. We do exactly 7, which means that if he has leftovers, he won't go back to Sturdy. You do have Sturdy as one of your things. And if he doesn't have leftovers, then this Steelix just dies. So I'm going to go into Victini. I'm going to go into Victini, and I'm going to click Blue Flare. And I think I'm going to do a lot of damage. If he thinks I'm going to go for V-Create and he can live it, that would be great as well. So I'm going to go for Blue Flare. He might go Infernape if he wants something to resist this Fire Hit, but I think he just stays in. I don't think he has a switch into this thing. He might sack the Jolteon as well, but I feel like Jolteon's very, very useful for him. So I doubt he'd do that. So killing the Steelix would be great, because for Scizor's sweep of the Swords Dance set, this Steelix needs to be gone. Jolteon taking damage as well is good for the Scizor's Swords Dance set. So we'll see right here. He does double in a Jolteon, so Jolteon I think will just... He does get burned. I don't think that really matters. Ooh, if he has Quick Feet. I'm not fucking with this thing. If he has Quick Feet... Would he have Quick Feet? See, the problem is if he Shadow Balls, and then I Blue Flare him, I'll be low, and then a Sucker Punch from Absol will kill me, so then I will be trapped. So I don't really want to mess around with this thing. I think I'm just going to go in a Gliscor. I could also go Kangaskhan, which I think I actually will do. Because if he goes for a Shadow Ball, that's great. If he goes for a Hidden Power Ice, that's great. I doubt he'd go for a Electric type move, knowing that Gliscor was my original switch in. And if he has Quick Feet, which, I mean, he probably wouldn't be, but I can't risk him. Because if I take damage right here and Absol comes in, I will get destroyed. So I'm going to go into Kangaskhan. He does go for Volt Switch, wow. Ah, well. That's fine, though. If Infernape comes in, that's a little bit sketchy, but we still have a very, very healthy Gliscor. So, Steelix coming in, though, is, I guess, the worst case scenario, because he gets to put up rocks for free. But I don't know. See what he does. Absol comes in. Absol never OHKOs this set. I mean, you can get to go for Drain Punch and do like 70%. NIDOKING comes in, that's exactly what I want, so that'll be fine. I think Infernape or Steelix are coming in right here. He might go Ninetales, but he does go for it. So, one of those situations, Infernape is a scary, scary mon. If he's like a special set and he goes for Nasty Plot Overheat, I think he will kill Gliscor. But it's one of those things where you just can't really prep for that. If he does it, then fair play. +2 Fire Blast. Fire Blast doesn't kill me if he's a Z move, because I'll be at 90% when I come in. He does 91 max, so it's a roll, but I think it's unlikely that he kills me. And Gliscor's Earthquake kills him 50% of the time, so I'm hoping he just goes for like a U-turn right here. I could predict that, but I really don't want to. I don't want to predict the U-turn. He goes for Flame Charge. Okay, that's fine. I'm just gonna go for an Earthquake. A Z move, any sort of Z move can't kill me. Fire Blast, Z Fire Blast is 64 or 76 min, or yeah, so he can't kill me. And what's it called? Flare Blitz would do less because Gliscor's natural defense. So I mean, if he goes for Hidden Power Ice, he might kill me, but I can't really predict him and go into like a team. Hidden Power Ice actually does less than Z. Yeah, so he'll. I mean, yeah, I'm just gonna go for Earthquake. If we Earthquake this Infernape, if he doesn't die, he's at least in range of Scissor's Bullet Punch, which again, Infernape resists Bullet Punch, so getting this Infernape low or dead is perfect for that. Jolteon being pretty low is actually great. Steelix is the last thing after this Infernape that we need to really riddle, and then Scizor can do a huge amount of work to his team. But we just need to get things out of the way. I don't think he stays in. I assume he'll just go into Ninetales right here. But Ninetales taking Earthquake is great. I can't taunt him predicting that though, because if I just let this Infernape do stuff, then that's really dumb. That would be really, really dumb. He does go into Ninetales, so he will start the Hail. And Earthquake does a lot of damage, actually. It does a ton of damage. So we have a few plays. Scizor is the obvious one, but if he has Hidden Power Fire, he will kill me. Victini is a nice one as well, but I don't want the Absol to be able to kill me. So I could go into Kangaskhan. Kangaskhan makes sense. Scizor, I really don't want Scizor to die, but I guess it doesn't really matter if Scizor dies. I mean, Scizor, like, it's great for an offensive mon, but Tapu Koko is still there even if Scizor dies. I know I'm talking like I just don't care. I do want to keep Scizor, but if Scizor has to die, it's, you know, it is what it is. Hidden Power Fire, if he's not offensive, if he's just max HP, max speed, does 32 to 39, which means he would kill me if I switch in right here. But if he goes for Aurora Veil right now, Hidden Power Fire, I can roost on it. So, and I think he will go for Aurora Veil right here. Yeah, I think I have to go Scizor. If Scizor dies, it is what it is, but I'm not gonna fuck around with this thing. Aurora Veil does come up. Like I said, this thing can't really kill me. I want to U-turn, but I also want to roost. If he goes, I mean, he could go Fernape right here, and that would be really bad, actually. Yeah, shit. If he goes Infernape, I mean, he's Flame Charge, and Scizor or Gliscor's at full, basically, 83%. So actually, I'm not really that afraid of this thing. I think he'll just go Steelix, maybe NIDOKING, but NIDOKING, I still have full HP Kangaskhan, so that's okay. I'm gonna go for Roost. I'll be interested to know if he has Icy Rock. This Hidden Power Fire never kills me unless he's like Life Orb or Expert Belt or anything like that. If he's no attack boosting item, he does 51 max, so we get the thing off. He does go NIDOKING, so this is what I kind of expected him to do. NIDOKING's sprite is really lagging. I don't know why. You seeing that? That's weird. So yeah, Flamethrower definitely coming off. I don't have to predict really. I just go Kangaskhan. Kang lives the hits very, very well from NIDOKING. He does 30% max, and that's if he goes for like Sludge Wave. Ice Beam does 20%. I think you're just gonna go for a Flamethrower, maybe a Fire Blast if he's, you know, willing to risk the miss in prep. But I don't know if he would. I think you just go Earth Power or Sludge Wave. He might put up rocks. He might put up rocks here, but I think it's unlikely. Steelix more than likely has it. But I mean, he might have Toxic Spikes. That would be cool. That would be some very, very cool tech. But it would only affect, affect 4 months out of the 6 on my team, so he might. This is a very, very close game so far. It's very, very back and forth. I feel like he has the upper hand. But I mean, we got Jolteon really, really low. Ninetales is about half as well. Once this Aurora Veil goes down, I feel like the momentum will shift back to us. But for right now, he definitely has the upper hand. I just want to see, though, Kangaskhan, NIDOKING. Perfect. Aurora Veil is up. Ice Punch does nothing. We do 20%. That is unbelievable. We could go for Circle Throw to get him out of there. But I probably would just want to Ice Punch for damage to put him in range of, like, Victini. Like, his Blue Flare switch-ins are Infernape, which I don't want to calculate, actually. I'll calc better. I think Victini does, like, 40% with Blue Flare to Infernape. So, that's awesome. So, I wonder if he would go for Ice Beam predicting Gliscor. He does go for Ice Beam predicting Gliscor, so, I mean, fair enough. No freeze cut. Fair enough play. I mean, Gliscor was a completely reasonable switch in right there on the Earth Power or the Sludge Wave, so that's good. I wonder if he actually, you know, he might have Superpower to hit Kangaskhan, but I doubt he'd prep for Kangaskhan. Does Return do more? Return does more than Ice Punch, so I'm just going to go for Return. His switch into this thing is possibly Infernape if he wants to play very aggressively. If he goes Steelix, that's fine. So I'm just going to go for Return. I think he'll switch out right here. But he does go Infernape. So we do a little bit of damage there. And the Hail is gone, but the Aurora Veil is still up. So, I think this is the power I go into Kommo. He went for Flame Charge, which leads me to believe he's physical. However, that's not, like, guaranteed. If I go Gliscor on the Infernape, he gets to just kind of go Ninetales again, which is annoying. I could go Kommo or I could go Gliscor. He knows Gliscor's coming in. He could double in a Ninetales, but if I go to Kommo, there's no difference. It's the same problem. I have a dragon in front of an Ice type, I still lose. If I was him, I'd go for the Fire type move, predicting Kommo. And then that might give me the opportunity to get on my rocks. Play the long game. And if he does, what am I trying to say? If he does just, like, attack me, I do live the hits pretty well. If he stays in, actually, how much do I do with Drain Punch? 19 to 20. I do nothing. My god. Aurora Veil is busted. Aurora Veil is busted. I actually kind of want a Circle Throw, predicting him to set up. I mean, if he's physical, what would he have? He might have UU Swords Dance. What would he have? Close Combat, Flare Blitz. Well, Close Combat at +2 does what to Kommo? It does a lot. It does over half. But I mean, My internet has been kind of chugging. It's not down or anything, but it's just a little bit slow. So as that's loading, we get to actually think about our turn. So Aurora Veil is terrifying. It is terrifying. If I go Gliscor, I think Gliscor is my play, honestly. As much as I think he's gonna go for like a Flare Blitz. Alex just messaged me there. He's just asked me where I am. I guess my image just dropped for a second. I think I should be coming in there again. Oh, hopefully my internet isn't shit for the rest of the game. Wait, let me just turn off the Wi-Fi on my phone. Maybe that'll kind of clear it up. No, my Wi-Fi's off. Oh fuck, I hope this clears, because it really hasn't done this in a long time. It hasn't done this in a long time, honestly. Yeah, I am very, very tempted to just go for Circle Throw with Infernape, or yeah, on Infernape with Kangaskhan, because I think the likelihood of him setting up is like super high, because he knows my switch in his Gliscor, he knows I'm not staying in, he knows that if I switch in, he can go for a huge hit and really do a lot of damage, and if I stay in, I do nothing to him, is what he thinks, because I just went for a return with nothing. At the same time though, if I lose Kangaskhan, that is really, really sketchy. I don't know if I want that. I lose my switch into NIDOKING. I lose a Mon to sack to NIDOKING, the worst case scenario. I don't know if I should cut right here and come back when I've properly rejoined, because you can see it's really, really low res right now. Yeah, I'm going to cut right here, and I'll be back. I'll be back when my internet smooths out, so be right back. Okay, we're back. Sorry, the background hasn't loaded in because my internet is terrible, but just pretend it's hailing or something, I don't know, it's a snowstorm. I was thinking about it as I was sitting here waiting for the thing to come back. I was here for like 5 minutes. I think I really do. I don't want to Circle Throw predicting him to set up, but at the same time I do. If he is special, he doesn't kill Gliscor even if he Nasty Plots. He does 60% max, and we'll kill him with a nerf. Actually, no, we won't because of the Orville. I think I do still want to go Gliscor though. If he doubles in a Ninetales, then fuck it, it is what it is. I hope that's the right play. He goes for Flamethrower. That is completely fine. Now, if he Z fucking... I mean, actually, I think a Hidden Power Ice kills me. See, I almost wanted to stay in. But actually, I mean, Flamethrower, he didn't set up, so actually, you know, switching it was the right play. No, not that set. I want him to be Nasty Plot, which I think he is. He might be Nasty Plot. What, Nasty Plot? I don't even know. Nasty Plot, Flame Charge. I'm not in. Z, let me just check. Z Flamethrower definitely always kills me. It always kills me. That sucks. That sucks actually. How does that? Fuck. But then you take Hidden Power Ice. I don't necessarily need Gliscor anymore. If it dies, it is what it is. You know, I would like to keep it around, but I don't think I'll be able to. If he doesn't have Hidden Power Ice, that's fine. If he's not Z-move, that's fine. I'm tempted to go kommo-o to predict, you know, predicting the move, or Victini, but I don't want Victini to take the damage because he dies to Sucker Punch. So it's how much I value Gliscor. Gliscor, it's a great check to kommo or to Absol, but so is kommo. Steelix is the same, and it's good for this. But then after Gliscor goes down right here, I can go into Coco, Bravebird. Yeah, I gotta hope that he switches out. I gotta hope. I mean, if he goes for Bar Ice, kommo isn't the play anyway. I mean, Victini is like kind of the play, but I don't want him to put me in range of Sucker Punch. Sucker Punch is 80%. Sucker Punch is 80%. He does 9% with Bar Ice. If he goes for Bar Ice, that's the right play. But if he goes for Flamethrower, if he goes for Z Flamethrower, which I think is likely. I think it is likely he does that. Because it's the only mon on his team that can use Z-moves. But even if I go into Victini, I can't Psychic because the Absol's right there. I have to just stay in. I mean, I can go on a Victini and then U-turn. What would he go with? He'd go into Ninetales. Yeah, I'm gonna go on a Victini. Fuck's sake. He goes into NIDOKING. Oh my god. Okay, that's not what I was expecting. So now we have a really, really funny situation. Victini is in. Victini is in front of a NIDOKING, which we obviously can't Psychic, like I said before, and there's no way that we kill him. Why did he go into NIDOKING? I clicked Earthquake. Wow, that was dumb, dude. I can't defend that at all. I'm sorry, Alex. I don't know what that was. Yeah, Psychic does nothing. I wouldn't click it anyway. I think I'm just going to U-turn. Even if he's Scarf, we're Scarf too. We always outspeed him. If he has Sucker Punch, I guess. He might have Sucker Punch. But honestly, that gets me a free switching into something else. So I mean, if he Sucker Punches me, it is what it is. I mean, there's no way I can predict that. And then I think I just go... I almost want to go Gliscor because he would never... Because he's going to go for Earth Power, and I don't want Rocky to take the whole 32%. But if I go on a Gliscor, get Toxic Orb Recovery, waste an Aurora Veil turn, switch in a Rocky as he goes for Ice Beam. That's a great... Well, you turn first. See if he switches. He does. Yeah, I thought he would stay in. I do want to go on a Gliscor, because if he goes... I mean, Sludge Wave would still, like, do a lot. It would, like, do more than my recovery. Don't get me wrong. But I don't really want... I really, really don't want Kommo or Kangaskhan to take that entire 30% because then I can't really switch in again. And I think there's no way he clicks Ice Beam in front of a fucking Victini. If he does, then it would be a god play. But I really couldn't see it. Or do I care? The question is, ladies and gentlemen, do I care? If I get this right, do I waste the last Aurora Veil turn? And I... No, I think I just want to... 2 Sludge Waves never kill me unless he poisons me. So I'm going to go on Kangaskhan. Maybe he goes for Ice Beam. He does go for Earth Power, so yeah, I thought he would. That did nothing. I am fairly fucking confused. That did 20%, so is he not Life Orb? Is he Scarf? He might be Scarf. That's Scarf damage. I think he's Scarf. His switch into this thing is Infernape. I doubt he'd go Ninetales. So I think I'm gonna go on a Gliscor. If he stays in, he's gonna go for Earth Power again, or a Sludge Wave, or a Super Power, or he's gonna go Infernape, which I think is the more likely play. So I'm gonna go on a Gliscor. He goes in a Steelix. That's good. That's good. That's a good play by me. I did a thing. I'm going to Taunt, I think. I don't really want him to put up rocks. And if he goes Ninetales, I'm in a great position as well. So I'm going to go for Taunt. Go into Ninetales. I don't give a shit. You can Aurora Veil then. If he stays in and he goes for Ice Fang, it'll do a lot. If he's offensive Steelix, then holy shit. If he Rock Polishes, that's great because I'm going to go for Taunt. But I think more than likely he'll just go for Stealth Rock right here. And I haven't shown Taunt yet, so I think he's going to go for it. I think he's going to... Unless he doesn't want to take the damage. Even then... Ninetales comes in. I mean, I could go for the Earthquake roll to kill, but I doubt it kills. He does stay in. He does go for Ice Fang, and does a lot of damage. That does a lot of damage. That is a unmerciful amount of damage. Yeah, I thought he would. So Gliscor is in front of a fucking Steelix with Ice Fang. That pissing me off. Not around behind Aurora Veil. Earthquake does 32%, 35% roughly. But I don't really know if I want that. Gliscor is nice because it can still... I can sack it, I guess. I mean, I could go hard into Victini, and if he goes into Ninetales, that's great as well. And he would go for Ice Fang again. Or a Heavy Slam. And if he goes for a Heavy Slam, how much does he do this Victini if he goes for Heavy Slam? No, not a fuck. No! My internet dropped again, for fuck's sake. Ugh. Go away, Crimson Z-Fan. A Gyro Ball would do 20%, and then an Earthquake. or heavy slam, sorry. Heavy slam would do less. So I think I'm about to disconnect right here because I can see it at the corner this time. It says my internet went down. But I'll wait. I'll wait and see. Maybe not. I am gonna go on a Victini though, because he never earthquakes, and if he goes into Ninetales, thinking something, I don't know. He wouldn't, but he might. He wouldn't, but he might. I'm gonna go on a Victini, and then I get to blue flare something and actually like really fuck up his team. So I'm gonna go on a Victini. Yeah, I do have to reconnect. So I'm gonna wait until the little thing in the corner pops up. I think I have to go on a Victini, and then when Victini comes in, I blue flare. And then I get to just kill a lot of things. I get to kill a lot of things. A lot of things in his team are weakened. They've taken chip damage, except for the Absol. Absol is the only mon who hasn't come on the field yet, which is very annoying and scary. Although if I go Victini... Actually, that wasn't a good play, actually. If I go Victini and kill the Steelix, then he just goes in Absol and kills me. That was a bad play, actually. I really hope that that didn't go through, but I think it did. Anyway, you know what? I need to get rid of this Steelix anyway. Okay, wait. Sorry, back, and then we have the background again. That's nice. That's lovely. Okay, so we're all good. We're all here. Perfect. I'm gonna ignore spectators again. Sorry guys, but I want to focus. Yeah, I don't. How much does Ice Fang do to Victini? I don't think he will go for Ice Fang. I think he will go for like a Gyro Ball. I'm actually not gonna do that. I just need to. I don't want Victini to take damage. I'm just gonna go for Earthquake. He does do a little bit of damage, and he goes for Ice Fang again. So we could have gone to Victini, but Glide Score going down is fine. So this thing is 100% in range of a blue flare. So I'm going to do exactly that right now. I could also go Kommo and set up my rocks, but that gives Ninetales a free switch in, and I don't want that. So I'm going to go into Victini, and I'm going to click blue flare. If he goes Infernape by 2 KO. I think he'll sack Jolteon. Yeah. Jolteon dies to Victini, so Victini picking up a kill. Absol comes in, I'm just gonna click I'm just clicking blue flare. As much as I don't want to lose Victini for Steelix, I can deal with it with Kommo. Even with Ice Fang. If Absol is adamant, then he does kill me. But I don't think he'd run Adamant because of Tornadus. Because Tornadus would then outspeed him. I didn't bring Tornadus. Actually, Sucker Punch doesn't kill me anyway. Yeah, he never kills me with the Sucker Punch. He never kills me with the Sucker Punch. Blue Flare does 98 min. I hope you can see that. Yeah, you can. He goes Infernape. I actually might just Blue Flare anyway. Alex, people thought I rage quit when the Steelix Ice Fanged me. That's not what happened, guys. Come on. I'm better than that. So, Absol does come in. Absol, you click Sucker Punch, you never kill me. You go for knockoff, you will kill me, but I will outspeed you and kill you. I'm going to go for Blue Flare. You know I'm Scarf. You know I'm going to click it right here. He does 97 max. I'm going to go for Blue Flare. You can stay in Sucker Punch, that's completely fucking fine. You're going to take Victini down very low. If he doesn't Sucker Punch, and he goes for Pursuit, predicting me to switch out, he dies. But I don't think he'll do that. I think he'll just Sucker Punch. I could go Kommo right here. Kommo is actually a pretty safe play. Because Kommo is at full. How much do I do? He wouldn't Pursuit because there's a fucking Choice Scarf Victini in front of him, clicking Blue Flare that always OHKOs him. Even if he does, he's not adamant, he's jolly. There's no way he's adamant. He's jolly. Pursuit does 51 max, which means a double it would do 102 max. So it's very unlikely that he OHKOs me. It's very unlikely. There's about a 5% chance that he kills me with Pursuit. If I go Kommo right here as he goes for like a Sucker Punch, that's great. And then I get to go for actually, well then the NIDOKING might come in. But I think I have to accept that. I'm just gonna go for Blue Flare, I think. I mean, I could double back into Victini, but I think that's really sketchy. If I go Kommo, how much does Kommo do to Ninetales. The Drain Punch. Yeah, I definitely don't kill him. Ever. And I can't Stealth Rock in a fucking Absol with Magic Bounce. And if he goes Nidoking, then that's sketchy too. I need to kill this Absol, I think. But Victini is instrumental in killing those mons. I'm gonna go with Kommo. Don't Pursuit. He wouldn't Pursuit. I don't think he has room for Pursuit. I think he has Sucker Punch, Knockoff, Fire Blast, Ice Beam. Fire Blast and Ice Beam for Scizor and Gliscor respectively. There's no way he clicks Pursuit right here. There's a chance he clicks Knockoff, and if he does, that's fine. If he does, I'll be very, very angry, because I could have just killed this thing for free. But... and if he doubles into Infernape to take the blue flare, calling my bluff, then Kommo being in front of Infernape is fine. I am going to go on a Kommo. I think Kommo is the right play. As much as I really, really don't want to. Kommo does come in. He does go for Sucker Punch, I hope. Yeah, perfect. Alright, so this is the thing. I think I have to double into Victini on a Mega Absol, which is terrifying. Because if he just goes for Play Rough, I mean, Victini will live it, but then he's in range of Sucker Punch. I always live the Play Rough because of the Roselli Berry. He actually only does 50%. If he goes on a Ninetales, we don't do enough to put him in range of anything. And at this point, Rocky is really, really low. So if he gets the Aurora Veil up and Nidoking is alive, that could be game. And I don't want that. So... if I go into Scizor, if he stays in right here, he's clicking Ice Beam or Play Rough, both of which Scizor eats. See, the problem is I don't know what 5 or 4 moves he has, because there's like there's like 7 moves he wants. I think Drain Punch always kills this Absol, if I'm not mistaken. I do 98 min. He cannot stay in. He hasn't seen this Kommo yet, so I think he's worried about Dragon Dance more than anything. God, a Dragon Dance Kommo actually fucking wins right now, which is annoying. It's very unfortunate that it actually just wins. I think I have to double into Scizor. If he goes into Nidoking, I'll double into Victini, I guess, on the Flamethrower, or just Kangaskhan, I guess. Now that I know Kangaskhan, now that he actually, I think he is Scarf. I think he is Scarf. Did he change up his moves at all? I don't think he did. Nidoking went for Earth Power, switched out. Nidoking went for... what? What did Nidoking go for? Nidoking went for Ice Beam, switched out. I think he's Choice Scarf. I'm gonna go into Scizor on the Alola Ninetales, maybe. He does stay in. He does go for Play Rough. So if he switches into anything, it'll be into Infernape, or Nidoking would be the worst case scenario for sure. I mean, I think he's just going to go to Steelix. So I'm going to go back into Kommo, because if he goes into Infernape, that's great. And if he goes for Fire Blast right here, Dynamo will die. But then I'll know that he hasn't, so that's fine. And I think he's going to go into Steelix, and I can get to go for Drain Punch. Maybe get up my rocks even. I'm going to go back into Kommo. He does go to Steelix. Perfect. Alright, perfect. I could have U-turned right there, but it didn't really matter. The damage would have been negligible anyway. So... he actually might be Sheer Force. I actually am just kind of thinking about that. Do I want to go for Stealth Rock? Ninetales is there. He would never go into Absol on a fucking Kommo predicting Stealth Rock, because he hasn't seen Stealth Rock. He doesn't know what set I am. So I think he's definitely going to go into Ninetales. I don't think Absol has a fire type move, because he would have gone for it against Scizor. So that's good. Scizor beats Absol. So Scizor beats Absol, it beats Ninetales, and that's it. That's it. Fuck. So, okay, I think I am going to go for a a Drain Punch right here. I could go for Taunt, and if he goes in a Ninetales, we'll catch him. I'm going to go for Taunt, much as I don't want to, because I think he's just going to stay in. I don't think he's actually going to stay in. I think he's just going to go in at Ninetales. I'm going to go for Taunt. He does stay in. Fuck me. Sideways. Goes for Ice Fang and does a lot of damage. He gets a crit, which is really unfortunate. That's really unfortunate. I need damage. I need health on this thing, so I'm going to go for a Drain Punch right here. He has Choppleberry, which is surprising. 25%. Yeah, he would have done way less. We'd be at way much more health right here. He does go into NIDOKING on my Drain Punch. He gets to click Earth Power right here. There's nothing stopping him from doing it, so I think he will click Earth Power. I don't think he's going to do that, but I think I still have to go into Kangaskhan. As much as I want to predict that move and go for an Ice Punch, I don't think I can. I think Ice Punch... Would Ice Punch kill him? No, I wouldn't even kill him, so there's no point in predicting that. I'm just going to go into Kangaskhan. Earth Power... Oh, another one might kill. It's a roll. How much does Blue Flare do from Victini to Nidoking? 73%. So he's in range of that. Okay, so actually that's fine. I'm just going to go for a Circle Throw, because if he goes into Infernape or Ninetales, we'll flip him out. He just kills me. Perfect. Alright, so I'm going to go into Victini, I think. I could also go into Scizor if I want to Swords Dance, but I think his team is too healthy, especially that Infernape. So I'm going to go into Victini. And I'm just going to click Blue Flare. Blue Flare always kills this thing. If he has Sucker Punch... I mean, no, I think we've deduced that he's Scarf. So I'm going to go for Blue Flare. If he goes into Absol, it just dies. If he goes in Infernape, it dies to 2. I'm very, very aware that I'm running out of Blue Flares. I'm running out of Blue Flares. Infernape just come in. Another one will kill. Not Scarf. He switched up moves. He has Flame Charge. He wouldn't be scared for Flame Charge. Let's go for Blade Floor again, and Infernape dies. So I think Absol comes in. And I think this time I have to click Blue Flare, because last time I switched. This time I think he'll go for Player of Predicting Kommo, and Kommo can't take 2. The only problem with this is that Victini is my key to winning the game. So risking Victini like this is terrifying. I could go in a Scizor, which is like a middle ground play, because I resist Play Rough, and if he goes for Sucker Punch, that's also fine. I get to go for U-turn. But he might have Pursuit. I don't know. I think he... I mean, he has Sucker Punch Play Rough, which means he's not scared of the Gliscor, apparently, because he would have... I would have assumed Flamethrower or Ice Beam. And I don't think he's going for Sucker Punch. I think he's going to go for something else. Even if he does, I live it. And if we kill Absol... Absol doesn't really do much with the rest of the team, so honestly, it's like... Do I let Victini go down? Or not go down, but basically take so much unnecessary damage. I think I have to. Yes! Yes! Oh, that's good! That's good! That's fucking good, dude! That is fucking good. Now, is this thing Scarf? Honestly, I don't care if it is. It's not Victini kills Ninetales. How many Blue Flares do we have left? We have 2. We have 2. That's just enough. As long as we land the next 2. Victini kills Steelix. Is that 4 kills from... Oh my god, the fucking Victini is fucking insane, dude. Oh my god, this is brilliant. This is absolutely amazing. Has Victini got every kill this game? If he lands the Blue Flare, I will. Because he has to go for Earth Power right here. And Scizor should be able to Bullet Punch Roost. Now it's whether I want to risk me missing Blue Flare. Honestly, if I don't take the chance now and go into Scizor, that's kind of sketchy. I mean, I'll guaranteed win 3-0, but I believe in Victini. Wait, how much does Scizor do? How much does Scizor take from a choice specs or choice scarf? I think he doesn't take very much. Choice scarf. Earth power doesn't. Yeah, we always live. Victini is a monster. GG to Alex. That was a very, very close game. Despite what the scoreline represents, that was an incredibly close game. Victini picking all 6 kills in this game, which is insane. I expected Manaphy. He didn't bring Manaphy. He didn't bring Lycanroc. He didn't bring Noivern. I didn't think that they had like a great matchup against my team, which is why I thought Victini was so good. Wow, that was a very, very intense game. Very, very fun. Me and Alex have great games together, and they're always super, super close. NIDOKING was very, very scary. The Aurora Veil midway through the game. Once he set up that Aurora Veil, I thought he was going to start chipping me down a bunch. But Christ, Tapu Koko didn't even hit the field. Didn't have to. Once Steelix went down, I mean, he was very, very clever in keeping Steelix in the back. He didn't really reveal Steelix too much for fear of it dying, you know, and for fear of, you know, Kommo or Tapu Koko becoming a problem, which is very, very clever on his part. And yeah, Christ, Alex played super, super, super well. The switch in to NIDOKING on, what was it again? Was it a Gliscor's? Yeah, he switched in NIDOKING on a Gliscor's Earthquake, but I didn't go for Earthquake, which was a really, really sketchy play. That was like super, you know, like if he got that wrong, that would have been detrimental, but I mean, he got the play right, so fair play on him. Also, I'm just seeing his names. Did he always have those names? I don't think he did. It's really, really annoying it's not showing me his names. So yeah, GG to Alex. He played super, super well. If you guys have enjoyed, make sure to heavy slam the like button down below first and subscribe if you are not already to become a member of the Aggronix. We are now 5-0 in the ACL. Everyone else who is playing has played 4 games. We played 5 because we played Tash early. Dude, we're doing better than I could have ever hoped for. So it's going great. So if you guys have enjoyed, like I said, heavy slam the like button down below first. Come back next week where we play Swag Money. Hopefully she's around. Hopefully she gets online. Swag, if you're watching this, I really want to play you, dude, because it's been a lot of fun before in the past to play you. So hopefully that game does happen. And yeah, until then, have yourselves a wonderful, wonderful day, and bye-bye.